Oh, okay. What's up? So I thought I'd just get on here and talk about, I guess, what's on my mind. Um, so I'm a letter carrier out in California. I just got done with a 12-hour shift. I'm at home 7:45 p.m. roughly. I am a letter carrier. So I just wanted to, I guess, get on here and talk a little bit about I think what just happened, or the article that just got published. So my coworker sent me an article, the Wall Street Journal's article about basically Trump's takeover of the United States Postal Service. So basically, from what the article I read, it looks like he wants to disband the Board of Governors and absorb the United States Postal Service into his administration. So I guess there's kind of just three things that kind of popped up into my mind. And I think that, being a letter carrier, some of you listening to this kind of understand like what's going on, from kind of someone on the ground. So DeJoy, our Postmaster General, coincidentally just stepped down like about 2 days ago. And then this article basically gets published about Trump's expected takeover of the United States Postal Service. So the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is what privatization is and what would privatization for the United States Postal Service look like. So people have a misconception, I think, about what privatization is. And a lot of people think that, if the United States Postal Service became a private entity away from the government, it would just be a private company. So that's not necessarily true. I think what privatization for the Postal Service would look like would be more of a thing of a conglomerate of different business functions that all just became private companies, basically. The delivery side, the sorting and processing side, the long-term or long-range logistics side, and other business functions. And so what happens with privatization too, it's going to be a full reorganization and reformation of what the Postal Service is. And I don't think it looks good for the craft employees and the rank and file who are delivering mail and packages every day for America. So the thing too about the privatization of the Postal Service would be that the Postal Service keeps prices down for e-commerce and things of that nature. Well, basically e-commerce last mile delivery products by basically, keeping UPS, Amazon, FedEx, and other, small last mile delivery companies, keeping their prices low because the post office is one of the largest networks, 167 million addresses delivered every day, and also does it at a pretty competitive and, low cost way. And so that would drastically shoot up the price of pretty much all e-commerce products. And with everything going on, I don't think that would be a great idea for anyone, right? So second thing, the Postal Service is outlined in our Constitution, Article 1. I looked it up just to make sure that the Postal Service is outlined in the Constitution, that it must be operated for the American people. So we have currently a Supreme Court that is highly conservative, 6-3 majority conservative. If this Trump takeover gets sent to the Supreme Court through litigation, that is, of course, going to happen. The board of directors already says they are going to challenge this in court. The Supreme Court could, in fact, side or set the legal precedent that, yes, the Postal Service is in the Constitution, but no one says it has to be run by the government. And basically would just cement the fact that the United States Postal Service could become privatized postal services. So yeah, the last thing that I kind of, thought about with this is you have to think about the details, and you got to think what's the plan behind Trump taking over the Postal Service. I just want you all to know it is going to be a way to subvert mail-in ballots and voting infrastructure in this country. You get your notifications that you're registered to vote in the mail. You get mailers in the mail during political season about different candidates and different propositions, and you get your actual ballot that you can fill out and prepaid postage to give it back to your carrier to then get sent to your county's register of voters. And so this is a direct attack on your vote. I hope you understand that, or, who's ever watching this, and if you voted for Trump and you're a mail carrier, this is what we get from this. Tariffs are in place, and more tariffs to be, announced with Trump's reciprocal tariffs and all of that stuff. The post office is already not doing too well. Mail volume is low. DeJoy completely eviscerated mail volume, but with the postage rate hikes. And UPS and United States Postal Service did not renew their volume shipping contract. So my station out here in California, we used to do 9,000 to 11,000 packages like daily. I have a 90 route station, like 93 route station. We used to do that many packages throughout the whole station the whole day, or for the day. We're at like 6,000-7,000 now without UPS, and just with consumers not spending as much. Now you're going to raise prices from tariffs. You're going to privatize the Postal Service to raise prices ever more. And when it comes to having your ballot be cast in our future elections, just know if it goes private, there's a private company holding your ballot, not the United States government. The United States Postal Service is an independent agency, and the Board of Governors is an independent board that's appointed by the president, and is going to challenge what Trump's doing in court. But we live in unprecedented times, and what Trump has done with the federal funding freeze, and everything else that's going on, I could very well lose my job. I'm not speaking on behalf of the Postal Service and saying that they've said anything. This literally just happened. And obviously I'm just saying and looking into the future. I'm not saying that anything is going to happen, but I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. And I think a lot of people could probably lose their jobs from this. So